Have you ever stopped to wonder how a machine can understand your voice, answer your questions, or even tell you a joke? It's not magic, it's science. Behind every "Hey Siri," "Okay Google," or "Alexa, play my favorite song," there's an incredible world of artificial intelligence working at lightning speed to make it all possible. These virtual assistants aren't just programmed robots, they're sophisticated AI systems that learn, adapt, and even predict what you need before you ask. But how do they actually work? What makes them so smart? At the heart of every AI-powered virtual assistant is machine learning, a branch of artificial intelligence where computers learn from data instead of following rigid, pre-written instructions. Imagine teaching a child by showing them thousands of pictures of cats until they can recognize a cat they've never seen before. That's essentially how machine learning works. Virtual assistants like Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant are trained on massive amounts of data, millions of voice recordings, text conversations, and user interactions, so they can understand and respond to human language in a way that feels natural. The more data they process, the better they become at predicting what you want. But understanding speech is just the beginning. When you ask a virtual assistant a question, it doesn't just match keywords, it has to figure out the meaning behind your words. This is where natural language processing comes in. NLP is the technology that helps AI interpret human language, including slang, accents, and even typos. It breaks down sentences, identifies intent, and determines the best response. For example, if you say, "Play something relaxing," AI analyzes those words, understands you want calming music, checks your preferences, and then selects a playlist, all in a fraction of a second. The system doesn't just hear words, it understands context. If you follow up with, "Make it instrumental," it knows you're still talking about music and adjusts accordingly. Another key piece of the puzzle is speech recognition, the ability to turn spoken words into text. This might sound simple, but think about all the variations in human speech: different accents, speeds, background noises. Advanced algorithms filter out distractions, focus on your voice, and convert it into commands the AI can process. Ever noticed how your phone's assistant gets better at understanding you over time? That's because it's constantly learning from your speech patterns, adjusting its models to recognize your unique way of talking. Early voice assistants struggled with accents and mumbled words, but today's systems handle them with impressive accuracy thanks to deep learning. Once the AI understands your request, it needs to generate a response. This is where neural networks come into play. Complex systems model after the human brain. These networks process information in layers, making connections between words, context, and possible answers. For example, if you ask, "What's the weather tomorrow?" the AI doesn't just pull a pre-written answer. It checks real-time data, considers your location, and formulates a clear, human-like response. Some assistants even add personality, cracking jokes or offering extra details to make interactions feel more natural. The goal isn't just to provide information, but to create a seamless, conversational experience. But here's the really mind-blowing part. These systems keep evolving. Through deep learning, a more advanced form of machine learning, virtual assistants improve by analyzing vast amounts of new data every day. Every time you use one, it gets a little smarter. Companies like Google, Apple, and Amazon continuously update their AI models, making them faster, more accurate, and capable of handling increasingly complex tasks, from setting reminders to controlling smart homes or even detecting emergencies. For instance, some assistants can now recognize when someone is struggling to breathe and call for help, showcasing how far this technology has come. Of course, none of this would be possible without cloud computing. The heavy lifting, processing voice commands, running algorithms, storing data happens on powerful remote servers, not just on your device. This means your tiny smart speaker can tap into enormous computational power, allowing it to handle everything from trivia questions to translating languages in real time. When you ask your assistant to translate a sentence into Spanish, it sends your voice to a data center, processes it using sophisticated language models, and sends back a spoken translation, all within seconds. Without the cloud, our devices would be far less capable. Privacy is another important aspect of AI assistants. Since they're always listening for wake words like "Hey Siri" or "Alexa," people often wonder how much of their conversations are being recorded. Companies say these devices only start recording after hearing the wake word, and users can review and delete their voice history. However, concerns remain about how this data is stored and used, sparking debates about the balance between convenience and privacy. Looking ahead, the future of AI assistants is even more exciting. Researchers are working on making them more proactive, anticipating needs before you ask. Imagine your assistant noticing you're low on milk and suggesting a grocery order, or reminding you to leave early because of heavy traffic. Some systems are even experimenting with emotional intelligence, detecting stress or frustration in your voice and responding with empathy. As AI continues to evolve, these digital helpers will become more integrated into our daily lives, acting less like tools and more like personalized companions. So the next time you ask your virtual assistant for help, remember you're not just talking to a machine. You're interacting with years of scientific breakthroughs, mountains of data, and some of the most advanced technology humanity has ever created. And this is only the beginning. As AI continues to evolve, who knows what these digital helpers will be capable of in the future? One thing's for sure, they're changing the way we live, one voice command at a time.
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate the effort behind it, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Oh, and one more thing, share this video with your friends. Spread the love and support. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Let me know if you want any tweaks.